Hello, Admiral Thrawn here. I'm making a quick preview video on the buildings that I have been adding for Age of Petty Kings 3.0. This will just sort of go over the stuff that I've added. Yeah, I'll just quickly go through it. So, first off, in terms of religious buildings, they're mostly the same as 1.0. Here's a heart tree. One thing that I've changed is this. There's a bit of rebalancing in terms of the different religions. So the Drowned God worshippers, they can build just their basic church and that's it, because it's basically just a cave where a crazy old drowned man can live. So it means they can recruit their drowned men in other settlements, but at the same time it means they're not very good at converting people. The old gods are slightly better at converting people, but for them, their godswoods take a really long time to build because it literally involves like waiting for big trees to grow. So yeah, they aren't that great at conversions. The Seven, on the other hand, are great at conversions. They can just like stream north and just like convert everybody. And they actually have two religious buildings. First, they have their septs. Second, they have the Faith Militant. So here, I'll show you a couple of these guys. I have the ability to so basically, yeah, I can do this here to speed things up a bit, just show you the different chains. So basically, the Faith Militant Chapterhouse allows them to recruit Faith Militant units, but they have to be in settlements that are basically partially controlled by Old Gods worshippers. And there is the major caveat here that people really hate having the Faith Militant around. And so, and on top of that, they're always riding around murdering people. So you get a huge penalty to public order and happiness. But you get a big conversion bonus, and you can recruit Faith Militant units. Then the second level of that is the Faith Militant Citadel and bigger septs, which is basically just more of the same. Just like basically, if you give the Faith Militant access to a Citadel, you get an extra free upkeep units, but they basically have the authority to do whatever the hell they want. So it's basically really bad for public order. No, it's the other way around. So I can show you the other buildings here. As for farms, I basically replaced farms with, basically it's Hinterland settlement. Starts off with farmsteads that are pretty basic, and then you upgrade to villages, and finally you upgrade to towns. And basically, the more you upgrade it, the more new effects you get. So the basic farmsteads are just basic farming. Villages are better farming, but once you get to towns, you have happiness bonuses, tradable goods bonuses, all sorts of nice things like that. As for taverns, basically I have a new order there where you can build a tavern pretty cheaply and easily, just like a place for people to go drink. After that is an inn, which provides you with tradable goods bonus and more happiness. And finally, there is one of Littlefinger's brothels. Well, they're not Littlefinger's brothels because he isn't alive yet, but you can basically build brothels, which gives you a huge bonus to, one sec, I'm going to lower the volume. So yeah, the brothels give you a huge bonus to tradable goods as well as other stuff. So, that's that. As for Maesters, they have a whole chain of their own. You can build Maesters Quarters, followed by a Maesters Tower. And then in Old Town, you have the ability to build... No, you don't have the ability to build, it's already there, but you have the Citadel, which is like, a better Maesters unit. And then finally, there's these... one nice thing here is hunting rights. This is free to build. Basically what it does is you're giving the rights for small folk to hunt on the Lord's land. So the Lords don't like that, so you get a negative bonus to public order, but the small folk love it, and so you get a +1 to archers that you're recruiting because they actually know how to shoot things. So that you can always sort of roll back if you want to. You can destroy it. It doesn't get you anything to destroy it, and it costs nothing to build. But it's sort of a nice trade-off to have there. And then finally, there's castle garrisons. Now, it used to be that if you wanted to recruit units in the territory that you conquered, you'd have to conquer the entire like place will conquer all of House Bracken's territories before you can recruit House Bracken's units in here. That's still the case, however, I've loosened it a bit. So now if you build like some Hinterland Patrols and Castle Garrisons, you can recruit some of your Outriders and levies there. It's still not enough to actually effectively hold the region, but if you want to like conquer one castle and then sort of like hold off after that, you can do that. It's not gonna, you know, hurt you too much. So as you can see here, now we can recruit Faith Militant units from the Faith Militant Fortress, as well as some of House Gardener's levies, because we're playing as them. And then Regional Garrison is just the same thing, but, you know, more. And it also adds some public order as well and free upkeep units. And then finally there's the Hinterland Patrols, which basically, to start off with, is just going to increase public order. Then there's Watch Posts, which allow you to recruit your Outriders and get a bonus to Cavalry. And finally Holdfasts, which means more Outriders, Cavalry bonus, and free upkeep units. So basically what this means is that at this point, Atlanta has the ability to basically maintain 3 free upkeep units for the castle, and then 1 for the garrison, 1 for the holdfasts, and 1 for the faith militant. So basically a grand total of 6 free upkeep units in Atlanta. So if you want to invest in your frontier territories to basically maintain more units, you can do that. And that's mostly it. One other building chain that's only available in towns and cities. Oh, one thing that's available as well is jousting. You can, you know, get bonuses for knights for jousting, which is nice. In cities, you have the ability to build markets. So it starts off with just a basic market. Then you can get a great market. Though I don't think that the market that I want to show is going to be available for Gardener. So I'm going to quickly start a campaign up as House Hightower. Or, no, let's start a campaign as Darkland. I think they can demonstrate this. So, yeah, once I've shown you the markets, that'll be all the buildings that are new for Age of Petty Kings 2.0. It's all coming along very nicely. It feels like I'm like 3/4 of the way done, but usually that's the point when I'm about halfway done because stuff keeps cropping up. So, yeah, I would say maybe I'm halfway done. In terms of time, I can't say what that'll translate to. I've been putting in a good amount of time working on this, and that might change if school gets a lot harder, which it almost certainly will now that finals is coming up. CQ. So, anyways, I just built a great market, which is just, you know, a better market. Money. And then after that is a merchant's quarter, which is available only in large towns. And that's basically a big area, you know, for your merchants to hang out and do their thing. That allows you to recruit the merchants units. It used to be that merchants were only available to recruit in like cities and like big towns. Now the way it works is that merchants are recruitable in any large town where you've built a merchant's quarter. And so yeah, basically if you've given them space in the town, they'll actually help defend it. And then finally, this is an interesting one that I added. It's a Merchant's Council. The way that this works is basically it means more trade and more ability to recruit merchants, but it also means that you have to deal with the merchants complaining about things and having political influence and power, so you get a negative bonus to law. So a lot of these buildings, you're basically giving out rights to your small folk and to your commoners, and in doing so you lose some of your law and order, but you gain the benefits of them having those rights. So I think that's a nice way to, you know, do things. So yeah, that's Age of Petty Kings 3.0, the way it stands right now with the buildings. If you have any feedback, I'd love to hear it. I think I'm happy with the way the building rosters look right now. I think this is a good amount to be going on with. It would take quite a few turns to actually build all of these in any castle or settlement. So yeah, stay tuned. I'll be releasing a preview video of the Battle of the Fist of the First Men pretty soon. I finished all the Night's Watch and Wildling rosters, and so all that remains is some unit cards and probably making some more mercenaries for different regions of Westeros. Like the Dornish will probably get their own mercenaries, the Ironborn as well, and then probably some from Essos. But that is all going to be coming up soon. In the meantime, Admiral Thrawn signing off.